right, I'm getting up!
Oh!
Get up, soldier. We have to move out.
The legionaries had to set up and take down their camp every morning. They were not allowed to sleep in, and they were sometimes woken up like that.
Alright, I'm getting up!
Although sometimes, after a rigorous day of walking, traveling, fighting, or partying, the soldiers can be tired after lots of work. Every day, the Romans would advance slowly towards their enemy.
Take down this camp, Cupcake. We've got to move to our next location.
The work of setting up the camp and taking it down every morning and every afternoon was slavish work, but each man had a specific job and it got the job done quickly. Everybody would carry wooden planks, stakes, or bundles of rope that would be necessary for building the camp the following night, although 8 leather tents were carried by mules. This was a major component of the soldiers' day, and setting up the camp and taking it down would take about a good 2 hours of the day. The surveyors were 2 men who walked ahead of the rest of the army, looking for a good place to set up the camp.
I'm looking for flat land, possibly an area where we can have the higher ground.
If the day wasn't spent fighting, the Roman legionary would walk around the entire day. Luckily, they had the proper equipment that would help through their journey through mountains, plains, valleys, and forests.
All right, this looks good. Now everybody pick up some materials. Sweet. I got a sword and I'm ready to fight.
I'm going to explain what a Roman soldier would wear on a day-to-day basis. This is a tunic. Simply 2 pieces of leather or cloth sewn together by thread. This served as basic armor that would protect the skin during a fight. Over this, a soldier would wear torso armor on their chest. They wore a short kilt on their lower half, leaving their legs exposed to stabbing and arrows. They would wear this armor every day because they never knew when they would get attacked. Unfortunately, the armor weighed about 80 pounds with a helmet. Quiver of arrows, swords and other weapons, and a shield. Speaking of weapons, now we'll go to the Roman master of all weapons, Chad Swaggington. What's up, bros? My name is Chad Swaggington, and I'm the #1 weapons master in the Roman Legion. The first weapon that a Roman soldier would use would be a pilum. The pilum is a 7-foot-long javelin that would be used for both throwing and thrusting. The gladius is the main weapon for melee damage, but skilled archers would use a quiver and arrows to get enemies from a long while away. This would add an extra 5 pounds of weight to the soldier's armor. Speaking of weight, most frontline soldiers would carry a shield called a parma. Each parma was made out of iron, a rare resource at the time, but it would really protect the Romans from enemies. Alright bros, you're ready to fight, now that you all have the basic tools and weapons. Also, some soldiers would carry swag in a bottle, because you never know when you're gonna need some extra swag. Alright, now that you've learned how to dress and build like a legionnaire, I'm gonna show you what's really important: fighting. Location is very important to where the legion would fight. Usually, they would want to fight upon higher ground, where snipers could get enemies from below. But also fight in front of the sun, so that the sunlight would blind their enemies, shining in their eyes. Also, it's very smart that we would stand where the wind blew towards the enemy, so arrows were carried farther and dust would blow up in their faces. That's right, us Romans are pretty smart. Ow. Now, how would you become part of the Legion? Well, when a man believed that he wanted to defend Rome, he would simply go to some people to sign up. A man would present himself with a letter written by his parents or a local official, and then proceed to an interview. Here's my interview letter. Let's see, so you suffer from asthma, hyperactivity, fear of penguins, the color purple, fighting, ants, the letter S, swords, and Kim Kardashian? Alright, you've passed. Nailed it! The man would go to a medical test to test one's body and strength. There was even a minimum height that you had to be a Roman soldier. But during the Empire, these standards fell due to a lack of soldiers. Certain occupations were more favored, such as blacksmith, huntsman, and butcher, and men who did womanly occupations such as weaving were frowned upon. Once accepted by the probatio, or the interviewer, the man would proceed to his assigned station and meet his fellow soldiers.